अपादमणिपर्यन्तां गुरूणाम् आकृतिं स्मरेति न विघ्नप्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धन्ति च मनोरथः लक्ष्मीतनोतु नितरामितरानपेक्षमङ्कृद्वयं निगमशाखिशिखाप्रवालं हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिग्रं विघ्नादिभीरशतधारधुरन्धरन्नः. Welcome to the Bhāvārtha session for the 31st shloka. कोशेष्वयन्तेषु तु तत्तदाकृतिः विभाति संगात् स्फटिकोपलो यथा असङ्गरूपोऽयमजो यतोऽद्वयः विज्ञायतेऽस्मिन् परितो विचारिते कोशेष्वयन्तेषु तु तत्तदाकृतिः विभाति संगात् स्फटिकोपलो यथा असङ्गरूपोऽयमजो यतोऽद्वयः विज्ञायतेऽस्मिन् परितो विचारिते. So कोशेषु अयं तेषु तु तत् तत् आकृतिः विभाति संगात् स्फटिक उपलः यथा असंगरूपः असंगरूपो सो असंगरूपः अयम् अजः यतः अद्वयः विज्ञायते अस्मिन् विचारिते. So विचारिते परितः विचारिते. So what are they trying to say in this? The koshas that we have already studied with respect to the 5 panchakoshas, those panchakoshas, those sheets, the self is surrounded by that. We've already seen how the constitution of the body and everything is occurring. So we know that the Karana Sharira actually resides in the Anandamaya Kosha. So obviously the other, that is the Sukshma Sharira and then the Stula Sharira, they transcend into inner koshas. That is, we know that the Stula Sharira resides with the Annamaya Kosha, the complete manifested form. So here when we are talking about this, so we know that the self, that is the Amsha, that is the self, that is the Atma. So that Atma, we know it is pure. It is like spatika. But what happens, like when a glass comes in touch with any other vastu, it starts to reflect that particular, like the spatika comes in touch with any kind of colored object. Here we can take colored object like the hibiscus, raktaphala, usually used. So when it comes close, it starts to reflect that particular color. Though even though that color doesn't belong to the Atma. So what is happening is, because it is now residing within that realm of the Panchakoshas, it is projecting the attributes of that Panchakosha. Whatever is the Akriti, like for example, I said Vyoma, it covers completely as the body. The sensation of touch is covered throughout the body. So it gives a certain Akriti. So Kosheshu, Ayam we are talking about the self. Kosheshu Ayam, when it comes in touch. Teshu, when it comes in touch with these. Tat akritihi, that form, the characteristics, akritihi, we are taking the gunas over here. vibhati, it starts to project the same. It starts to appear like that only. Due to the sangat avibhati. So, sphatika upalayaha, that is the crystal glass, yatha asangarupaha. It is asangarupa actually. Asangarupa, that is, it is not actually attached to any of these attributes. It does not actually have, in reality, have these attributes. But that asangarupa, that unborn, ajaha, that advayaha, that is non-dual, that particular thing, it starts to project the characteristics of the realm, whatever is the characteristic of the panchakoshas, because it is living over there. So it starts to, like, for example, when we are in different states, etc., etc. Now, if I am going to another state, obviously, to communicate, I will start to imitate some of the characteristics of that particular state, that particular language, that particular culture. So what happens? I will also start showing the same characteristics. So like that. So कोशेष्वयन्तेषु तु तत्तदाकृतिः विभाति संगात स्फटिको स्फटिको स्फटिक उपलो upalaha spatika upalaha, that is the spatika glass, the spatika crystal. So spatikopalo yatha spatikopalopaha, spatikopal स्फटिकोपलः यथा स्फटिकोपलः, that vibhati, it like that spatika, it starts to reflect the characteristics of what is surrounding it. That is the panchakosha. The atma also is projecting that. So, but truly, what is that self? Truly, it is asangarupaha. Asangarupaha, ajaha, advayaha, and that can be realized, vijnayate. It can be realized when we do the vicharite. That means vicharite, that means when we start that inquisition, that intelligently discriminating through that whole process of niti niti, when we start discriminating the attributes slowly, then we realize the true form of the atma. That is what has been given over here. So the paritaha means to thoroughly, to detailedly, that vichara is taken methodologically, we have discriminated it, then we will truly find. So in this part, practically saying that we talked about the stula sharira, the sukshma sharira, then we talked about the karana sharira. But if the karana sharira has different it is Satchidananda and all those things we're talking about, the Anandamaya kosha. So then the question occurs, then why do we feel these things? Why do we feel that Atma is also attached to the body like that? So then they give an explanation, okay? In it, because it is lying within that realm of existence, it is going to project whatever it is showing. Like, for example, water. Because the water is obviously colorless. If I put it into a colored bowl, it will show the color of that bowl, and we will find that the water also looks like it is colored. It is odorless. When I add some scent or some oil to it, it feels like that particular water is giving a certain odor, certain fragrance. It is formless, but when we put it into a certain container, it takes the form. So it is like that. So that is what is seen, but that is not the attribute of water. Water will always remain colorless, odorless, and formless. It is the nature that it is of the container that it is being projected over here. So this is the Bhāvārtha of this shloka. We will conclude the session. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।